What's going on, everyone? My name's Tenebris Infinite. Today we got a gameplay reveal for Far Cry 6, and it was fucking incredible. It launches October 7th of this year, and there was so much information in this reveal vid. It was bonkers, so let's go through all of it here. From gameplay features to your character and the game world, we got to see everything today. And even though there's been some leaks online that have gone into detail on other things we'll see coming in Far Cry 6, today we're just going to cover the trailer itself and everything that came with it.
About the terroristas who call themselves Libertad.
So first off, that release date! Freaking October 7th, man, only 5 months away. That's so soon, and it's dope that they just dropped this release date with the gameplay. This is the way games should be. Like, just show us the game and then drop the date, and it's hype as fuck. So mark your calendars, get your pre-orders in, and start counting down because it's gonna fly by. Next up is your character. You get the choice in this Far Cry, just like in 5 and New Dawn, between a male and female protagonist. And it seems like you'll, again, have a bunch of character customization options along the way. Your character is Dani Rojas, a dropout from the military that joins up with the local revolution called the Libertad. You'll be playing the role of a guerrilla fighter and be getting a bunch of badass guns and weapons and stuff to use in your fight. Which, speaking of, the guns look so sick. You get the option between more traditional guns, which it seems like there's going to be a ton of variety with, and also makeshift weapons that look ridiculously fun to use. From a CD launcher that plays the Macarena song, to old-style revolution guns, to modern weapons, to flamethrowers and miniguns, nail guns, and probably a bunch of melee options and tons of other weapons along the way. We can also see a few different keychains too, so probably there's going to be a bit in the way of weapon customization between both the makeshift weapons and the traditional firearms. Now, the map in Far Cry 6 is one of the things that I'm really stoked on. This map gives me hardcore Far Cry 3 vibes, and I'm so ready for that nostalgia trip. You have a larger continent to explore with Yara's capital city, Esperanza, and a smaller island with dead-end towns, which are going to be larger settlements. And probably alongside that, you're going to find a ton of small slums dotted in between those. Then, as well, there's this huge ocean right in the middle, and with it being the Caribbean, we could probably expect quite a bit to explore in between the two land masses. The cities look great, and the slums look dusty as hell, but cool to explore on their own. Then there's these secret paths to explore, made by old revolutions that seem to maybe have their own weapons and loot to explore and find. Far Cry games are usually a ton of fun to explore, and 6 seems to be doubling down on that. As you travel around, you'll be able to find NPCs doing their thing, from black market dealers to other guerrilla fighters, and the cities will be pretty active spots too from the looks of things. On top of that, there's the return of fangs for hire and probably guns for hire too. We've seen a Croco and a Doggo so far, and I'm hoping there's a few more in store. And so far so good, no signs of Herc.
And then from then on, you're walking around and every time you see titties, you think about my daddy.
There's also going to be a bunch of vehicles as options. There's going to be planes, cars, and even feckin' horses. Getting around in between the two islands will be a ton of fun, and the cars have this sick kind of retro style to them. I really love the vehicles in Far Cry 5, so hopefully 6 will outdo them. Then there's also these Supremo Backpacks, which are batshit insane. They're really customizable, from like a rocket salvo to a huge tank for a flamethrower to extra storage and this ground slam looking one. Just another sick way to customize things. Most of these options seem kinda high profile right now, so I kinda hope there will be something that benefits stealth play along the way, but still, the Supremo Backpacks are pretty dope. With Stealth 2, it seems there's going to be a bit more to it than just liberating outposts. You'll have to holster your weapon when you're in cities in order to keep a low profile. There's going to be like espionage type activities, from bribing guards to sabotaging networks and more. That, alongside the city exploration, is going to lead to some really cool stealth missions. All of this on top of what's going to be a pretty radical story that we'll be playing the pivotal role in, boss fights, probably some light RPG elements like the previous games have had leading up to 6 here. Man, if all of this comes together the way it's shaping up, Far Cry 6 is going to be one for the ages.
Okay.